Thank you very much. My name is Christophe Heger. I'm a researcher at the German Center for Higher Education Research and Science Studies and with the Scientist Survey. My colleague is Gregor Fabian, and I'd like to mention Annika Just, which did most of the work for this initially. And today I am bringing with me not so much results, but data collection. We're at the beginning of this. The reason I am here is that we do not yet have data in our study on sexual harassment and violence, but we aim to change that. So the survey we are doing has a focus on scientists working in research conditions in science policy for professors, postdocs, and predocs. And the results we aim at researchers themselves, university communities, stakeholders, and the public debate. The cohorts we have had up to this point are 2010, 16, 19, 23, and now next year we want to start the next cohort. Last time we invited about 80,000 researchers across 151 universities in Germany and 7 higher education institutions. So that was last year. We do have some data on discrimination, which in 2019 we looked at discrimination according to different characteristics, one of which being gender or gender identity. And in this case, we found that respondents said in the last 24 months, if they felt they had been discriminated based on a gender or gender identity, that was much more prevalent with women at about 29% than men at about 5%. We found that women were more likely to experience other forms of discriminations as well. And we found that these kinds of discrimination were more prevalent among female professors than female postdocs and female predocs, which was interesting. In the last cohort, we replicated these results. So we found no change in prevalence. We found that female junior profs, which are on the way to becoming profs, were the most likely to experience gender-based discrimination. And we found that researchers who don't identify as either women or men in the German legal category, which we call divers, there's a bunch of different gender identities in this, they're much more likely than anyone else to experience multifactorial discrimination. So in the 2026 survey, which what we are aiming to do is we have a special module which also includes leadership style, abuse of power, academic freedom of speech, discrimination, and sexual harassment and violence. And for this, I'm looking for your feedback. So I'm not going to read all of that, but we are looking at in the last 12 months while working on your in your professional field, have you experienced any of the following unwelcome behaviors that you would consider sexual harassment, and questions to who were the persons who committed this sexual harassment. So yes, so I invite anyone to give us some feedback on this. And maybe a little load to 2017, I was a student assistant with a survey back then. And we had a free text field for work-life balance. It was the only free text field we had. And we were coding this, and people took the opportunity to share personal experiences with mobbing, discrimination, and also with sexual harassment. So there was no channel or safe channel to report any of this. And now we are aiming to change that. So I invite your input and your feedback for that. Thank you very much.